Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Now of course this weekend there are no Premier League fixtures as it's the international break, which means it's the Nations League again has come round. You know, I quite like the Nations League as it is and stuff. It's a route through to qualification for the European Championships in 2020. However, Wales this week are playing Spain in a friendly tomorrow evening. We can't make that match unfortunately, and the next Tuesday away to Ireland. And I know that England, for you, those of you who are from England, are playing Croatia and then Spain as well in the second fixture. But that's enough of that. Let's have a look at how well or how badly we did in our predictions for week 8.
This week I earned 5 points with one perfect score, that being Chelsea to correctly beat Southampton 3-0 away from home. And the other two results that I sort of got correct, as in the correct outcome, were Wolves to beat Crystal Palace and Arsenal to beat Fulham.
Yeah, 5-1.
The rest, 0 points,
didn't they?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I had 9 points in the end. I had 2 perfect scores, which was the Burnley draw against Huddersfield 1-1 and the Wolves 1-0 victory at Crystal Palace. And my correct results were Newcastle losing against Manchester United, albeit a Manchester United comeback in the second half, and Arsenal's victory against Fulham, and finally I had the Chelsea win against Southampton as well. So as I said, I've got 9 points and you've got 5 points on that. Yes. Overall, now, for the season, Nathan, you've got 61 points and I've got 73 points. In the comment section, not many people fared better. There was 2 people this week who had 10 points, and they are Jacob Walton 123. Now I think Jacob, you've had a shout out before in these videos, so congratulations once again. And also we had, I've got to pronounce this correctly, forgive me if I'm wrong, Photios Panagiopoulos. Do you want to have a go at that?
I think it's Photios Panagiotopoulos.
That's it. Both of you guys had 10 points, so congratulations. There weren't that many. I think there was only one other person on 9 points and the rest were 5s and 6s, so it was a very hard week all around. 9 points, I'm very pleased with that, looking at what the rest of you guys had. Moving on to the Fantasy Football League, Sorry Not Sorry finds himself at the top of the table again with a magnificent score so far of 588 points, and last week had the highest score in the league, in our league anyway, of 96 points. So fantastic, brilliant there, and they're managed by Jason Wade. Now Jason, your nearest rival is Amplifleur with 558 points, 30 points ahead, as I said. I think they come from Nepal, and the way you pronounce the name, I would say it's Solakshkar Remanja. Remanja, yeah.
I think it's Solakshkar Remanji. I think.
Remanji.
Sorry if I've got that wrong.
Let's have a list what Google Translate says.
Solakshkar Rayamahi.
There we are. Exactly, that's what I said, I think. Anyway, congratulations for being in second position. Yeah, Nathan, you're currently in 79th place. You came away last week with 55 points.
Once again, a terrible score.
Yeah, and overall you've got 412 points. Do you want to just quickly run through your team?
Well, I would love to. Now, Edison in goal. I think he's probably been one of my most consistent players this season. Really happy that I put him in. This week I had Morrison in. I thought he'd be able to do something against Tottenham.
Well, he nearly scored that in the second half.
He did hit the post. Thought he would, but oh well. Then I have Robertson and Alonso. Robertson has had a fantastic season, in my opinion. Alonso has had a good run of form as well. Been happy with my defence, really. Then I've had Mo Salah.
Talking about your defence, Robertson and Edison played in the 0-0 draw, of course. Manchester City against Liverpool, and Alonso gained a clean sheet in that 3-0 victory away against Southampton.
Then my midfield, I'm continuing to captain Salah. Now this may be controversial, but looking at his stats between this season and last season, for around this time of the year, he has actually been playing better this year than he did at this time of the season last year.
Well, I think he was in the first few weeks. Whether that's evened itself out a bit now, I'm not too sure, but yeah.
So I'm going to continue to captain Salah in the future. I know this is controversial, but I think that he's going to start scoring some goals and maybe have sort of a repeat of last year. I think he's going to get about 22 goals, I believe, this season, but we'll have to wait and see. Then also have Ryan Fraser. I thought he had a good week last week as well with those 6 points. Also Madison, thought he could do something. He didn't.
Yeah, surprisingly little step home at Everton, actually.
Yeah, I was surprised about that. Quite disappointed with that one, really. Then I had Lucas Mora as well. Did get the bonus point, but once again I'm a bit disappointed with that. Same with Mitrovic as well. I thought he'd be able to do something against Arsenal. That was not the case. Then I had Callum Wilson, who I really should have captained this week. He had 14 points in that.
Very good score.
Yeah, in that win. And Aguero got 1 point. Glad I didn't captain him this week. Bench-wise, Fabianski got 3 points of West Ham.
Well, they lost, didn't they, on Friday?
They did lose. So. I think I made the right choice of keeping him on the bench. Ruben Neves I should probably put in instead of Maddison this week. And then Schlupp, probably best for him to stay on the bench. And Hollibar, same goes really. What was your team then?
My team, well, I actually came away with 73 points this week, which puts me in 38th position overall in our table, and I've got a grand total of 478 points overall, which puts me around about over 100 points behind Sorry Not Sorry. My team, though, I stuck Etheridge in goal this week. I thought going away to Tottenham he would have made a load of saves. He did make some saves, but in the second half he didn't really have a lot to do, you could say, against Tottenham. But on my bench I had Ederson. Maybe I should put Ederson in, especially with that 0-0 away draw against Liverpool. In defence, Alonso, as you've already got, clean sheeted for Chelsea. Morrison at the back had that chance, as we've already said. If you put that away, then he would have probably had around about 6 or 7 points. Wan-Bissaka of Crystal Palace, no clean sheet there for Palace. Kennedy, who actually started on the bench because Alexander-Arnold didn't play this weekend. He netted a goal against Manchester United, had 8 points for him. Maddison didn't really do a lot fantasy football-wise this week with just the 2 points. Richarlison scored in that game against Leicester, so he gets me 7 points. Hazard, I captained, brilliant. Got a goal and got a goal and an assist. I think it was 1 goal and an assist. It was against Southampton, so I captained him, got 28 points. Up front, Aguero fired a blank this weekend. I think he picked up a yellow card as well. Mitrovic didn't score, didn't really do anything. I think he had a few shots. Actually, I think Fulham had a lot more shots than Arsenal this weekend as well, but Arsenal, Lacazette and Mbangyan, a lot more clinical than the Fulham team. And of course I've got Lacazette, who did score those 2 goals for Arsenal this weekend, and he's been on fire, Lacazette. On my bench, as mentioned, got Ederson, who had a clean sheet. Alexander-Arnold moved over because of Kennedy replaced him, getting 8 points there. Ward of Cardiff came on in the second half, got injured, went off again, so he just gets the 1 point. And Cedric of Southampton losing 3-0, so he gets 0 points this weekend. So overall, I moved up the table, pretty happy with my 73 points. As we already said, 17 points behind Sorry Not Sorry in this week's scores. But yeah, enough of the Fantasy Football League. I've got to improve my team slightly. Not sure who I'm going to move out this week. We don't know about the international friendlies and matches. There could be some injuries, so I'm going to probably make my substitutions or transfers next Wednesday or Thursday evening.
I usually do mine the night before.
Yeah, on the Friday, but of course there was a match last Friday, so... And
I missed the deadline by 5 minutes.
And
don't do what I did.
Yeah, that's the risk you run for Friday night matches. So that's it in terms of predictions for last week and the fantasy football. Are there any other topics you'd like to raise from the last week?
Yeah, just having a look at the table. Arsenal won their last 6 matches, looking good. In the league, yeah. Especially under Unai Emery. Arsenal fans must be really happy with that.
Well, did you hear they've been singing in the stands, we've got our Arsenal back? Now,
yeah.
Looking at their results so recently, they've been done excellent. They've got to beat the teams that they have put in front of them. But prior to that, they lost those 2 matches, and they were against the top 6 teams. I think it was Manchester City. I'm not sure who the other one. It might have been Chelsea. But after that, they've played lower league teams. So they do kind of historically go on these runs. But yeah, kudos to them all the same for racking up those six victories on the trot in the league anyway.
It's also very tight at the top before this international break. The top 3 all on 20 points, and I think these 3 teams are going to be literally fighting it out for the entire season. They're currently all undefeated, both 6 wins and 2 draws. I think it's going to be really difficult to separate them this year.
I'm still going for my pre-season prediction of Manchester City going to win the title. I think I mentioned that Liverpool are going to be runners-up. I can't remember what was it. I might have said that Chelsea were going to be finished 3rd or 4th as well. I think you predicted at the start of the season it was Liverpool was going to win. Yeah, I think it's going to be Manchester City. You think it's going to be Liverpool. Manchester City could have won on the weekend against Liverpool, apart from that dreadful spot kick by Mahrez.
I think he's still in the air.
Yeah, still in the air, and you've seen those memes about the ball going to the moon and all that sort of thing. But yeah, very tight at the top of the table at the moment. Last Saturday, of course, we were at the Tottenham against Cardiff match at Wembley. Terrible day, weather-wise. It was a good game. Results-wise, it wasn't the best. We could have ground out a 1-1 draw, I think. You know, we should have got a goal at least. But there was a bit of an incident with Joe Ralls as well. What's your take on that? He was sent off for a straight red card.
It was not a red.
Well, it's debatable. Cardiff City did appeal against that red, and they didn't get it, so that decision has been upheld.
I just don't understand.
Well, he did clearly take
him out, but it wasn't red card worthy because it wasn't dangerous in any way.
Well, the ball was going away from him. It was nowhere near him. Could you say it was dangerous? It wasn't really dangerous in the way that he sort of took his legs, but because he was running beside the player, so Lucas Mora got up afterwards and he played fine, whereas I think people around the world have been saying it, you know, he basically killed him. Or he took his leg and snapped him in half.
But I reckon...
no, he was fine, and I've seen a lot more dangerous tackles than that, even in the game.
Yeah.
And there was no caution, or they may have had a caution, but it is debatable, and you could say, if that was against Cardiff, then it would have been red card, so I haven't got that much complaint about it, really, whereas you have.
Yeah, the thing is, he did stand up, but which usually championship, top 6 matches, usually just a yellow if they get straight back up immediately if they're down because of that challenge, then they get booked, red card. But
I don't think the likes of Harry Kane charging in and pulling up rolls afterwards helped either.
That should have been a red.
Well, maybe not. He did get cautioned for it,
but I'm not too sure. But
leave the ref the match, really.
And guys, watch this clip. This is us at Wembley.
Joe Rall sent off a very clumsy challenge, you could say.
Ridiculous. Referee's blind. Mike Dean is a Tottenham fan.
Yeah, Mike Dean's a Tottenham fan.
When you celebrate a goal for Tottenham when you're refereeing and you just run around the pitch doing this, haven't you seen it?
No.
I think was it in the derby?
I don't know. But if you're going like that, that's back to the centre circle to take a kick off.
No, what happened was he played the advantage, and then when Tottenham scored, he was running around the pitch like this in celebration of the goal.
Okay. I don't think I've seen that one. I'll have to watch it. Yeah, I will.
Infamous meme.
Definitely.
Another topic that we should probably talk about is that last season, around this time, we actually had our first manager sacking in Frank de Boer. Who do you think is going to be the first manager to go this season?
A week on Saturday, Cardiff take on Fulham at the Cardiff City Stadium. If Fulham lose that match against Cardiff, then I can see the Fulham manager being under extreme pressure. And then if he loses the following fixture badly, then he could be on his way out. I don't think if Cardiff lose this match, I don't think Warnock will get the sack. I think he'll be there for the entire season.
And I think if we get relegated, which could happen, probably will at the moment, then I can actually see Vincent Tan keeping Warnock.
Oh, he will,
unless he walks, which I don't think he'll walk, but there is a big possibility.
I don't know.
Other managers, Mourinho, precarious position as well.
Is it media talk?
Is it media talk? I don't think so at the moment. Other managers, Mark Hughes, always under pressure, whatever clubs he goes to.
I think if Southampton are in the bottom 3 come January, February, then maybe he'll be under pressure. And the Huddersfield manager as well.
Wagner. I think if they're rock bottom without any wins by January, then he'll be gone. But I think they will keep him
If he does go, then probably Big Sam will probably...
Yeah, Big Sam
because
will
I think
pop about nowhere.
he wants... I think, does he live in the north of England? If he does, then that'd probably be ideal for him up at Huddersfield. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... anything else before we go then?
Sub to my channel, doing a Cardiff City series on there.
And what you're going to be doing this weekend, as there's no Premier League football? I know I'm going to be watching a few of the international matches, so...
Probably just going to be playing FIFA as normal.
Excellent, okay. Maybe a video out. Maybe
Video
we
out
can take
by
on
Saturday.
each other.
Yes, so how about we take on each other on your channel?
Possibly. We'll see what happens anyway,
Put
guys.
in the comments, guys.
Yeah, if you want to see myself, Blue Nation, take on NWM at FIFA. Anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. Unfortunately, as we said, there's no Premier League this weekend, so there's no predictions to do. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.